Hello, this is Jesse, and in this tutorial, I'm going to create a sequence logo using WebLogo, and I'm going to use Mimi to generate de novo motif. So first, let's go over WebLogo. Here's the URL to WebLogo. Copy and paste the URL into the browser, and you should be brought to this page. To use WebLogo, we need to have sequences of the same length, and in this example, I'm going to use Secropin, an antimicrobial peptide. So I'm going to take the sequence and I'm going to do a blast search to gather similar sequences. So take this sequence. I'm going to use blast. This time I'm going to use Smart Blast. I'm going to go to see full alignment, refresh. Then I'm going to download FastA alignment. I'm going to take this here. Take this here. I'm going to open it up in JAWView. From File, change file type to ALN. I'm going to take the sequence I just got right here, open it up, and then I'm going to look for sequences that have high occupancy, so sections of the alignment that have high occupancy. I can go with this long sequence. Maybe I'm interested in maybe the subsection here, or maybe it has the highest conservation. This area seems to have high conservation besides this 3 right here. So it'd be this section all the way to, looks like this section right here. And how I just did that is if I click on this line, if I just click on it, and then I hold shift down and I click right here, it will highlight that whole box that I want. So I'm interested in this part. Selection, sequence, or output to text box, and I go FASTA, and then I'm going to copy this whole section, this whole FASTA file, and I'm going to go to WebLogo, and I'm going to paste sequence data here, and I'm going to create WebLogo, and then here's our WebLogo, right? And then it shows us what sequence occurs most often, it gives us the bit score, so it's just the amount of information, right? So here's the bit score, here's the WebLogo, and the size indicates basically just how much it occurs. Here looks like only E occurs here, A occurs most often, G, W occurs most often, L occurs, K occurs most often, and so forth. So that's WebLogo for you. So next section is going to be finding a motif in the protein given here. So we're going to be using Mimi here. Okay, so first I already give you the accession number. So type in this accession number, copy and paste this accession number into UniProt, and you should be brought to this particular information page about a non-ribosomal peptide synthase, or I think it's a polyketide. Yeah, it's a non-ribosomal peptide synthase. So in this example, we're trying to find a motif here. So what we can do is we click on None, click on Family and Domains, just like previously. Click on ProSite, and we look on, in this example we're interested in the phosphopentylene attachment site signature. So we can click on the accession number for that signature, and then here we have a pattern, a regular expression for that signature here. But as indicated in the beginning of this tutorial, what if we want to create our own motif that's in the carrier protein where this phosphopenthyline arm is located? So what we can do here is we can go back. So go back from ProSite, and we can go to Family and Domains, and here they already have the sequences annotated for us. If I click on this right here already has it basically torn out from the overall sequence, right? This whole section is what we're interested in. This is where the domain's at, the carrier domain, and we're only interested in that domain section. In the previous tutorial with Mimi, Uniprot did not have this annotated for us. We had to go out, we had to use Intipro, figure out the start and stop location, and then extract the sequence out by hand. This time, this is a little bit easier because Uniprot already has it for us. So, in this tutorial, I'll also go over an interesting case where we have 3 of the same carrier domains, but if we were to align these, you can add these to your bucket. You go add, and then you can go from the top and then select all the entries and then align them, and you'll get an alignment here indicating that even though these are all carrier domains, they are not identical, which is pretty interesting. And later on in this course, when we go over phylogeny and creating phylogenetic trees, we're going to be analyzing these later and maybe see anything interesting. So we're just going to continue on though, and I just thought this would be interesting to look at. But we're going to create a motif with these domains. So in this case, we're going to take, in this video I'm just going to show one case where we take the domain here. So where was I? Right here. So I'm going to go down, and you can go to where the domain is at, Family and Domains, or you could easily just go here, Family and Domains, and then click on, for this case I'll just go through this first section, and you can run a blast search or a smart blast search. Run a smart blast search here, and then you're going to get your results back. And in this case, I've already done this search right here, 77, and we go through the search and we get our results, and we go do the same thing like we did in the last tutorial with Mimi, and we're going to look at the alignment. We're going to download the alignment. Once we download the alignment, here I already have it downloaded here, so I'm going to get rid of this. I already have the downloaded alignment right here. So I open this up, and we will have it right here. So here's the downloaded alignment from that blast search with the first carrier domain within that protein sequence. Okay, and then from here, this is where this region matched up, and we will output the sequence. Oh, this is a short one, so we just output that sequence into a text box, just like we did last time. FASTA, and then you need to remove all of the empty spaces and the lines, the gaps. So you can go to New Window, Edit, Remove All Gaps, and you can output the text box. And then you can go in and remove all the lines and remove spaces between the sequences if you need to, because Mimi will only read FASTA format with no gaps, no empty spaces. So this would be readable for Mimi. I've already have this done here. So if we open up, it should be right here. I already have this done. Save this to a text file, into a FASTA file. So once you save it, here it is, cdomains.fasta. You can open up Mimi. So let's see where Mimi's at. So you can go to Mimi, and I already have a lot of this already done. So you go to Mimi, and you submit the file, so DNA, RNA, or protein, and we're going to go to choose a file, and then we're going to do the domains that we had. Open, and then you're going to choose, and I only did 3 in this example. How many motifs should Mimi find? I only chose 3. Submit the job, and then once you get the job back, you'll get Mimi HTML.output, and then this is what the motifs I got from the sequences I submitted. And then you can go to download or submit, and then I'm going to use Phimo to find motif occurrences and sequence data. So it's going to look through other sequences. It's going to take the motif that we created and use that motif as a search tool to look in other sequences that might have this motif too. And in this example, I looked into GenBank, fungi genomes and proteins, and I went to Candida, and then version 210, and I started the search here, and then after a while, I got my results back. You need to understand that using Mimi, Phimo, Glam2Scan, this takes a while. Sometimes all day, sometimes a day or two. So you will need to start this search as soon as you can. But anyways, we're going to go over to the Phimo HTML output, and then we have our results. And then we can look at our results where we have 279 motif occurrences with a p-value less than 0.0001. And we have the Q value, which is motif occurrences, it's just telling us the false discovery rate if the occurrence is accepted as significant. So here, p-values are pretty low. We can look at the sequence in GenBank. So you go to NCBI, copy and paste this. Let's see if I have it here. So all I did went to GenBank, NCBI, copied and pasted it, and then I got this protein. What I mean by copy and paste is I just went here and took the session number, unique identifier, and placed it here. And look at the protein. And then this is the protein. And then I would use CAF like in the previous example and submit it to CAF and use the functional families to see if it had anything that we're interested in. Any of the carrier protein signatures or the phosphopanthenylene arm. And so far what I can see is I was not able to see anything picking up that would indicate this protein is part of a non-ribosomal peptide synthase. At least so far I haven't been able to notice that. So this might not be a significant result or not. But this is how you use Mimi and how you can also use what you have available already annotated for you in UniProt. We didn't have to take out the sequence like we did last time, right? Because it's already there for us. So here's the domain. And in this case, in this tutorial, I'll actually use this carrier protein, right? And I go through each individual one. So once we get to the part where we're taking each protein and we're submitting, we do the Smart Blast search. So here, go back here. So in this video, I'd focus on carrier protein 1. I first took the sequence, did a Smart Blast search. After I did a Smart Blast search, I outputted the alignment results here into a separate file. After I did that, I opened up JalView to look at that alignment. This one here. Oh, that's what I'm interested in. This one right here. Took that sequence right here, removed all of the gaps, and then saved it as a FASTA file and submitted to Mimi. And then after Mimi got my results, I submitted the top result, the top motif. I submitted the top motif to Fimo. And here it is, our match sequence that matched with our motif within this protein and the GenBank database. And that's it. And then you can do the same on your own with domain 2 and domain 3. And you can see what the different results occur in. When I did it myself earlier, I had domain 1, domain 2, and domain 3 with all the same motif or similar motif. And that's that. I hope this is helpful.